Speaking to you from the Arlington Park paddock. This is part one of the third video newsletter of the Breeders' Cup. Let's take a look at Friday's races. It's Arlington Million Weekend, and this is part three of the video newsletters for the Breeders' Cup. Today we're going to talk about the Friday races. Starting off the Juvenile Sprint, Juvenile Fillies and Juvenile Filly Turf. Still not a lot to go on. In the Juvenile Sprint, Overdriven, who won the Sanford Stakes at Saratoga on July 24th, probably going to go on to the Juvenile around 2 turns, but he'd be a sharp pick there. Stat, who goes Monday in the Saratoga Special when I'll be at Saratoga, if he should do well Monday, he would be a contender. And Creative Causeway, who won the August 7th Best Pal at Del Mar, is also a threat in either the Juvenile Sprint or in the Juvenile. For the Juvenile Fillies, no one's really stepped up yet, but on Sunday, tomorrow, there is the Adirondack at Saratoga, and perhaps will be a contender there. Mighty Caroline won the Grade 3 Sorrento on the Del Mar synthetic surface on August 5th, and she's headed for the Juvenile Filly Turf, and I was kind of impressed with her. She has some speed. In the Filly Mare Sprint division, on August 6th, Turbulent Descent was tons the best over the Saratoga Dirt in the Grade 1 Test Stakes. And I think that just shows that my #1 contender in the Filly Mare Sprint can handle both synthetics and natural dirt. So Turbulent Descent remains my #1 selection. In an interesting outcome, on August 6th, out at Del Mar, it was the Grade 1 Clement Hirsch going 2 turns, and Switch was in there. As you listened to my videos before, I think Switch should go 1 turn. She was middle of the road 3rd, so I think she'd be much better off if she went in the Filly Mare Sprint. In the Filly Mare Turf, on July 27th, the Grade 2 Lake George Winter Memories. Watch this.
The stretch, Winter Memories. Oh, the rider had to check. Jose Lascano had to stomp on the brakes, and they're off the turn into the stretch. Here's Bellamy Star now, up for the lead. More Than Real and Winter Memories. Oh, look at her coming the outside. They're coming down to the final 16th, and Winter Memories is running an absolutely spectacular race. Geared down after being stopped at the top of the stretch. What a filly.
That filly's got some talent. I'm moving her up to #1 on my Breeders' Cup Filly Mare Turf list. Tomorrow, here at Arlington, is the Grade 1 Beverly D, and we're probably going to get some contenders. My pick in the race is Sausalita, and if she looks dynamic, she could be one of my Classic, Blind Luck, and Havre de Grace remain my top 2 rated. My 3rd rated horse, Awesome Maria, she's been injured and she's out of the race. I do think one development, Royal Delta, was 3rd in the Coaching Club American Oaks at Saratoga. She looks like she's sitting on a big race next up. She could jump into the picture. And you also have to consider Ultra Blend, who was the upset winner of the Clement Hirsch, although I just think that goes to show the Switch belongs in the sprint. I will come back to you with the second part of this newsletter from Saratoga Springs, New York, and historic Saratoga Racetrack, and we'll talk about Saturday's Breeders' Cup races. It's Monday, August 15th. I'm here at Saratoga Racetrack at the Carousel paddock. Let's take a look at Saturday's races on the Breeders' Cup card in this video newsletter. In the Juvenile, I think Overdriven, who won the July 24th Grade 2 Sanford here at Saratoga, looks really tough if he can stretch out to 2 turns. Creative Causeway, who won the August 7th Best Pal at Del Mar, may be a factor. And today we're going to see Stat run here in the Saratoga Special. Again, a sprint. Don't know if he can go a route of distance. So far in the Juvenile, I like Overdriven, Creative Causeway, and Stat. In Turf Sprint, there really aren't many stakes races over the summer on the grass. Regally Ready, who's top rated for you right now, is coming off a long layoff. Ran 3rd in a listed stake at Monmouth since the last time I talked to you. Maybe it was a layoff. So let's turn to the sprint. In the sprint, all of my top contenders, except for Big Drama, who is yet to run, all lost. Smiling Tiger couldn't catch up with Euro Ears in the Grade 1 Bing Crosby, and Euro Ears will debut on my top list in the number 3 spot. Trap Shot here at Saratoga on August the 7th was a closing second by the narrowest of noses in the Grade 1 Vanderbilt. I think the track played speed that day, and I think that he still ranks as one of the top ones. So I will go with Euro Ears 3rd, Trap Shot 2nd, and Smiling Tiger off a layoff 1st. In the mile, on the grass, the big news is that Canford Cliffs, who was my 1A with Goldacova, Canford Cliffs has been retired. Goldacova runs against some tough European males today. And Frankel, who's considered the world's best thoroughbred, a 3-year-old, and I don't know about that, but he's not coming, so Goldacova remains at the top of my list. In the turf, on Saturday I was at Arlington Park for the Grade 1 Arlington Million, and Kate Blanco made a dramatic run through the stretch. He's clearly the top-ranked European, although I will be interested in other Europeans coming over for the race. I thought Treasure Beach, who won the Grade 1 Secretary for 3-year-olds, looked tons the best considering he had just gotten here late in the week before the Arlington Million, and he could be a threat if Kate Blanco isn't at his best. Finally in the Classic, Coyle looked sharp in winning the Haskell at Monmouth Park on July the 31st. He moves into my number 2 spot, but the number 1 ranked horse continues to be Tisway. I had my doubts about Tisway since he was coming off the Met Mile and never looked good at a mile and 8, but man, he was dominant here in the Whitney Handicap on August the 6th. So Tisway remains my Breeders' Cup leader. We'll come back towards the middle of September as we get closer to the Breeders' Cup.